What's up everyone, and welcome back to Pokemon Obsidian. Last episode we made it to the ancient ruins here outside of I think Cedar Creek Town, and I'm pretty sure our dad and Tamarack or Uncle Phil or some kind of archaeologist are in there right now figuring out what's going on inside, because I have no idea. But in today's episode we're going to be heading inside ourselves and figuring out what's going on. It's actually really empty in here. I expected there to be a little bit more going on, but yes, we got these guys. We've been working on deciphering the text in these ruins, but we have not made any progress in the last 50 years. How do you spend 50 years and not decipher 3 things of text, dude? How does this, I don't understand. The stone slab downstairs has been there for centuries. A prophecy told of a day that a large meteor would be on a collision course for our planet. The prophecy says that when that day comes, the only way to stop the meteor is to activate this tablet, and the other 3 in Everan. The tablets held secrets to very powerful attacks. 20 years ago, several trainers activated the slabs and used these tremendous attacks to destroy the meteor. Unfortunately, a chunk off the meteor broke and hit Cedar Creek Town. Jeez, man. This really went down, didn't it? It destroyed the entire town and everyone in it. It killed the heroes that saved the planet. A great sacrifice indeed. The heroes included Professor Oak's son and daughter-in-law. The legendary trainer Red lost his father in it as well. It's really a tragic story. Holy crap. Well, what a way to start off the episode with a story like that. We were just talking about Red's father. Red, like Pokemon trainer Red, the dude that stands atop Mount Silver and doesn't say a word. That is insane that he even has a dad, first of all, and his dad is actually dead, so that kind of sucks. But if we ever meet Red in this game, oh my goodness, I will literally poop my pants. I love Pokemon trainer Red. I'm fanboying right now, but it's because he's so cool. But anyway, Gary's also around, and we've talked about him actually popping up in the story. That guy just told us his parents are also dead, which is really kind of sad. Wow, we really did start off this episode with kind of a sad mood, didn't we? But hey, at least now we get to beat up this hiker's Pokemon, and boy does it feel good to just beat up some senseless Geodudes. God, that sounds messed up, but we do get a little break because I wanted to talk a second about this series and how I haven't been uploading it every day like I said I would, but I don't like saying these things. I like doing, and oh my, how could I forget that Fabi's on the field right now? Anyway, I wanted to thank you guys that have stuck through. I kind of want to post more videos, but I also don't want to rush these out and feel like they're not the best videos I could have made. Oh, I thought this guy had another Pokemon, but never mind, because I was about to say, I do have a very special episode of the Fan Art Spotlight planned. Since there hasn't been one in a while, or in a couple of days, I guess, we're going to double up on fan art so we can also catch up, because there's been a lot of awesome ones. So starting us off today is going to be Cocky Pound, which I promise I wouldn't say like that anymore, but I had to do it one last time, just for you guys that didn't want me to say it like that. But there's also some really awesome fan art of the entire team, and some of that came in a little bit more recently, so it'll be up to date with all of our awesome team members. Like this one even has Barry as a Luxio. So awesome. But as always, thank you guys so much for all the fan art. If you want to send your own in, you can do so at twitter.com/MunchingOrange. Maybe include some of our newest team members, like Barry, the Luxio. I was just talking about him, but yeah, he evolved at the very end of the last episode in case you missed it, and actually is doing pretty good for himself right now. Only at level 16, but I feel like he can actually take out some of the Pokemon that we might actually battle here in the ruins. I don't know if this is even ruins anymore. Seems like it turned into a regular cave, and I'm not a huge fan of caves in Pokemon, maybe because you run into stuff every like 2 steps. So yeah, not exactly super fun, but I'm not opposed to trainer battles, that is, because I really do want to train up all of our new team members, and I mean that's only pretty much Barry right now, but I've been kind of thinking about training up Pico and at least trying to get him to become a Vigoroth, because if we have a Vigoroth, man, that would be cool. I don't think I've ever used a Vigoroth, and it's actually a really cool Pokemon because he doesn't get the what is that ability called? I don't know, let's just call it laziness. He doesn't get the lazy ability like Slack Off and Slacking do. Actually, maybe that's what's wrong with me. Maybe I finally figured out I actually have Truant, the ability of Slacking and Slack Off, and that's why I only upload every other day. It's because every other turn I have to recharge. Oh my gosh, dude, I figured out the puzzle, guys. That's it. Except now I've evolved into Vigoroth, so I guess it doesn't really matter anymore, or the puzzle doesn't make any sense. You know what? Maybe I just don't make any sense. Neither do these Arons though, because they're all dead now. Oh geez, you have a Meditite too? Well, this might actually be a Pokemon that Barry can handle then, because he does have Bite, which is not super strong, but it should be able to take out a Meditite, right? That's like half Psychic, Well, it's half fighting too, so it'll be neutral, but I think it'll take it out. Come on, Barry. I believe in you. If you believe in Barry, put your hands up in the air just like Meditite has them right now. And I'm not kidding, guys. If you're out there watching this video right now, you better be holding your hands up. This is like Goku's Spirit Bomb. If you guys don't help me out right now, Barry is going to die. You see this guy going for the bide? We're dead. That's it. I guess we didn't hold our hands up strong enough. Wow, he actually died. Come on, dude. I didn't think Barry would really die. I thought maybe he'd survive with like 2 HP and be good, but I guess that wasn't the case. I mean, it was kind of my fault because I should have kind of expected him not to survive that. Thankfully, Pico comes in with the save, which actually took out Meditite. I was really scared that it wouldn't kill it with that scratch and then we'd have another bite on our hands, but hey, here's Uncle Phil. They say there's 3 other temples just like this, but the paths to them have been destroyed or lost, and no one can get there anymore. I'm pretty sure the museum in Rosewood City has the other 2 tablets though, so there's no need to go to the ruins in my opinion. What kind of tablets are we trying to even collect? I thought we were going to the 4 towers so that we could activate something. That's the last thing I heard was going on in this game. We've been working with DevonCorp and Silphco to come up with a machine that can turn the hidden power from this tablet into a TM. I'm sure we'll get it someday. Oh yeah. So there was apparently this really old power of Arceus down here, some kind of fire ability, and I'm assuming each of these other tablets actually have other elements since Arceus is a Pokemon that's kind of all the elements. So this here is our fire element. Have you talked to some of the workers around here? They sure have a lot of great history to talk about. Yeah, a lot of depressing history too. Jeez, man. There's not really much we can do here that's not already being done. It is really fascinating though, isn't it? That this tablet contained an attack powerful enough to blow apart a meteor. I wonder what would happen if someone got a hold of that kind of power today. Good thing no one can figure out how to harness its power. Well, I suppose we're all done here. If you haven't talked to the workers, you really should. Lots of interesting information to learn about. As for Phil and I, we are continuing onward. Take your time. We'll see you on the other side of the forest. Just stay on the trail so you don't get lost. What? Really, Dad? That's it? We're doing nothing with the tablet? Come on. There's even instructions on how to use the powerful technique. But then why aren't we actually doing it? I guess, oh, it's probably instructions. Okay, so I guess maybe they don't really understand what they are. They're just trying to work to understand it. So whatever, guess we can't blame him. Kind of a waste of time to come here though, don't you think? Because we didn't really do anything. We got to learn apparently though that Red has a dad. So that's pretty crazy. Remember that guy at, this is the wrong menu. I meant to go to my repels, but apparently Red has a dad, which I find very interesting because you never ever hear about a character's father in Pokemon. And so the fact that they even mentioned it in this game, I mean, it is a fan game, so it's not like it's canon or anything, but still, pretty crazy to think about Red having a dad. I mean, he does have a dad, obviously. He had to be made somehow, but still, I just never really think about the main character's dad, unless we're talking like Brendan, because then he has the one gym leader that's his dad, Norman. But yeah, apparently the heroes died. It was, let's see, Professor Oak's son and daughter-in-law. The legendary trainer Red lost his father in it as well. Yeah, Red has a dad. Well, we don't know who he is still, but apparently he's dead, so we're never gonna find out, is the point I'm trying to make. Now that we're outside though, I guess we just gotta keep going through this route because that was a dead end. I was kind of hoping the ruins would lead us to something cool at least, like some kind of really awesome or powerful attack. Since they did say that we were gonna learn a fire technique from Arceus himself, I got pretty excited. But I guess we don't learn anything. Instead, we get 2 tiny mushrooms as our consolation prize. And we also get to wander around in the wilderness. There's actually another mushroom I just saw over there, and whoa, a Pidgeotto. Okay, that's not a Pokemon I'm used to seeing every day. I'm also not used to the fact that Barry's dead right now. It kind of sucks. Ah, man, I wanted Barry to get some levels. I think there's going to be more trainers coming up, so I was pretty excited for that. But we got some berries and mushrooms and nothing over there, so don't know why I went into this grass, but of course the very first patch I step into would be a wild Pokemon. That's just my luck. Alright, let's skedaddle. I'm also gonna spray a repel because, man, I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of running into Pidgeys every 2 seconds, and there doesn't seem to be that much variety in this forest so far. I like the variety in the trees though, look at that. There's like different trees every other tree. There's even trees with holes in them. Yeah, there's nothing in them though. Pretty sad. But I do like how many different trees there are, and just, I don't know, the way that the forests kind of look different from each other. Even though we've been through like 3 forests in this game so far, they all kind of have felt different. And this one has these trees as well, which actually heal up our Pokemon. So never mind Barry being dead. He's back. He's good to go. He's got that rapid regeneration. You see, Luxio is actually the Flash. He's got all the same powers. He's got the quickness. He's got the lightning. He's got the rapid regeneration, which apparently just means I went to that tree. But still, pretty cool that now we get to have Barry at full HP to battle this guy here. Wonder what he could have. Could it be Pidgeotto? Could it be something else? Wow, it's actually Vigoroth. That's interesting, considering I was just talking about Vigoroth earlier and how I kind of want Pico to make it there. That's really cool. We're also doing no damage right now with Barry, so I'm sorry, dude. I kind of thought, you know, you would be strong enough to battle these guys, but turns out Vigoroth is pretty powerful, so we're not going to deal with that. Every time. Why do I always hit the Pokemon button? I want to go to fight, but it doesn't actually even take that long. I just feel like I could avoid it, you know? Something deeper is going on today. Something deeper is going on in the mind of the MunchingOrange, and I don't know what it is. I'm just trying to get some levels, man. I know that you want your win really bad too. See, it's like these trainers out there in the wilderness, they're probably trying to get their win too. What? This dude really just uses Super Potion. You're kidding me. This guy really must want this battle. Like, he really wants to win it. Well, you know what? Thankfully, I've got Super Potions of my own. But still, the fact that a random trainer would actually use a Super Potion is kind of caught me off guard. They really never quite do that. I can't even think of any games where I've seen them do that. But seriously, I need some kind of electric attack. Why doesn't Barry have one already? Well, that Staravia took me ages to take out. I don't know why Luxio doesn't have an electric attack. It actually really sucks. You have got to be kidding me. This dude has got another Staravia. After that last one took me legit like, I don't know, 5 minutes to take down. I was sitting there waiting for it to be whittled down by Poison Sting because it used so many double teams that I couldn't even hit it. And all I'm saying is all of this would have gone down really quickly if Barry just had an electric attack. Holy crap. I can't even beat this Staravia. I can't send out Cookie Pound either because he'll die in one hit. So at least thankfully we've got that. This guy is level 20. Oh my goodness. Who would have thunk it? Endeavor Quick Attack. It's totally not a strategy that anyone has heard of. Alright. Please don't have any more Staravias. Thank goodness. Looks like you were one of those strong trainers. Yeah! Looks like you were that too. This guy even had a Super Potion. Who does that? What kind of regular trainers carry around Super Potions? You know, honestly, if I ever see any of those types of trainers, like that Overworld Sprite again, I'm probably just gonna try to avoid him because that was just a little bit too much for my cup of tea, man. Things started overflowing. But anyway, since we did that, hopefully we're getting near the end of the forest. Because that was a really tough battle, so I feel like they would have put it at the end of the forest. You know, he's kind of like the boss battle. He's sitting there at the very end like, oh, you thought you were going to get out slick. Well, guess what? Nah, bruh, because I'm standing here, and I'm about to block your path. And I'm going to have not one, but 2 Staravias. And I'm going to use Super Potions anyway. In case you couldn't tell, that trainer was a little bit annoying. Oh, that was actually a trainer. Okay, you're not getting away from me that easily. Well, I didn't even notice you were a trainer, so it's not like I was deliberately trying to get away. Pokemon trainer Melissa, if that is your real name. Kind of looked like she was wearing socks for a second. Whoa! Hey, another Pokemon throwing his hands up in the air like he just don't care. I don't know what's up with that today, but earlier Meditite was doing it, now Sandshrews doing it. Everybody's soon going to be raising their hands up in the air. They are just not making these battles easy for us. But then again, I kind of always complain when battles are too easy. Oh, thank goodness, Barry. Finally learning an electric attack. The lightning is here. We've got Spark. Ladies and gentlemen, it is lit. We finally got an electric attack. So now if we ever have to deal with any flying types, we actually have something to do it. Of course, when I say that, a fire type comes out. Something that we have no Pokemon that can deal with it. Oh well, I guess Barry's been doing a good enough job, right? Barry's been doing awesome. What am I saying? Barry, you know what? I've not been giving you enough credit this episode, but honestly, that critical hit right there just made up for everything. So just forget everything I said earlier, Barry. You're a great Pokemon, an even greater guy, and oh my gosh, is that really a Sandslash? These people really have a Sandslash right now. Then again, I am level 26. Whoa, what the heck is... Font? Hello? What happened to the font? It became tiny. I'm gonna need some glasses to read that. What the heck? Can I get my magnifying glass right now? I actually have no idea what's going on. But I guess we'll pretend nothing's happening or nothing different. Even though we have that very, very small text. Okay. Pretty sure that was our last Pokemon, so hopefully it fixes for the next battle. Really? A Ninetales? A Ninetales. Okay, that's enough. Come-ba-ba-bo. It switched up when we switched in Pound for Berry, so I thought that maybe putting Berry back in would fix it. But no, instead now we're confused. And at least get to Bite for no damage. Oh, I forgot we have Spark now. Too bad that we're confused, so now I'm probably gonna end up hitting myself. But seriously, these battles like legit stepped it up. I was breezing through this game up until literally we came out of those ruins, and now it seems like everyone is suddenly way stronger. I don't know if they're Saiyans or what, maybe like because they got beat down, like now they came back even stronger. Maybe something like that just happened. Either way, no matter what happened, these guys are a lot stronger. And we actually have to beat this guy with Berry because there's no way Pound is going to be able to sit out here and take like even one Ember probably. But hey, Spark is doing a lot of damage now, so one more attack. Come on, man. Literally 1 HP. Oh, Confuse Ray, why? Why do you have to leave it all up to luck? Yes! Okay. Thank you for leaving it up to luck, Ninetales. You are just, what a saint. What? The safeguard might have been for me because we were just safeguarded by the hacks. Are you even wearing shoes? I can't tell, honestly. Whatever. I am out of this forest, man. I'm donezo. This place is crazy. Never mind. There's more wild Pokemon. Pidgey. Oh, actually something kind of interesting. Execute. Not a Pokemon I'm really interested in catching, but still not really something you see every day. A bunch of, I was about to say scrambled eggs, but I guess they'd be more like boiled or like, I don't know, hard eggs. Whatever. They're just eggs, okay? Let's skedaddle though. Oh, another trainer. Okay. No! I was really hoping we could avoid you. I've got a pretty far sight. It's almost like I was born with Pidgeot eyes. Wait, does that mean he's a bird catcher? Please be a bird catcher. Pokémon trainer, of course. And of course he's got exactly the opposite of bird Pokemon. Because it would make too much sense for him to talk about Pidgeot and then have a Pidgeot. So let's give him a Flaffy instead. Why not? Oh boy. It's alright though. We got Pound for this. I said it again. I'm sorry. It's difficult to remember what I'm supposed to call him. Is it Pound or Pound? Koki? I don't know. One of those. There's actually these animals in Puerto Rico called the Koki, which is maybe why I call it that. I'm sure if you're from Puerto Rico, if you're from Puerto Rico, you've definitely heard of them because they are literally making noise every single night. But I guess living in Puerto Rico, you kind of get used to it. So they make literally the sound that you heard, the Koki. You should look it up actually. Well, I mean by you, I mean whoever wants to. It's Coqui. So if you want to look up a Koki and what I'm talking about, it's this really tiny little frog that lives in Puerto Rico. And maybe that's why I always say Pound because of that animal, I guess. They're actually really cute though, and their cries are kind of like Pokemon because they literally say their own name. Then again, they were named because of that maybe, so it's kind of the opposite of Pokemon. Or maybe this is actually, wow, I never thought of it that way before, but what if Pokemon are literally named because of their cry? I know that they only do that in the anime, but still, it kind of makes sense for the anime, right? Like the Pokemon are named because they make that cry, so it's like they almost chose their own name in a way. Is this the Bulbasaur that we picked up at that one town so long ago? Why is it on this guy's side now? Well, either way, we're gonna make quick work of it. Karate Chop, even though it's not very effective, is just tearing through that Bulbasaur. Holy moly. That dude went through like butter. Alright, great. Here's a Primeape, because I was just loving the fact that we had no Pokemon or no flying types so far from this guy that just loves to talk about Pidgeot, and yet now here we have Primeape. It's the perfect flying type, honestly, if you ask me. Oh boy. I kind of regret not going back to those white trees because we would have been full HP right now and had a quick work of all these trainers, but instead I decided that I am greedy and I'm not gonna go to it. Not greedy, but lazy, because we don't have enough super repels. So if I had decided to go back there, man, the amount of Pidgeys I would have had to go through, oh boy. But now instead, I have to deal with Primeape at no HP. So at the end of the day, I guess what I'm trying to say is, it would have been smarter to just go back and do that back then, instead of waiting till now and get my butt kicked. But I guess it's just a slight butt kicking. We're not getting our butt like super kicked. Whoa! Did the time just change again, or is that just, oh, I'm pretty sure that's flux going on. So maybe you guys won't even see any of this, but the game is most definitely lagging right now because my computer's going through this whole shift right now, trying to dim down, I guess. But anyway, there's a TM, and there's another trainer right there, but I highly doubt I can beat him right now, so this time I will definitely go back to the tree. Oh man, we gotta go all the way around, and with no repel. Come on, dude. No! Wow. Somehow I got the luckiest I've ever gotten with grass, and no wild Pokemon popped up. You're almost out of the forest, man. Oh, thank goodness. I am so donezo with this place. I don't know what it is about this place. Specifically this forest has just been giving me much more trouble than any forest ever in Pokemon. Also, what's up with Machoke's like face right there? He looks kind of awkward. Like, he looks like he's made of gelatin, or it's like a Ditto pretending to be him. Maybe that's just me imagining it. It actually looks kind of short at, like, when compared to Luxio at least. But anyway, finally we have a Pokemon that isn't giving up much of a fight. And ironically, it's a fighting type Pokemon. Really? Okay. Like, I don't know if that's going to be a standard thing from here on out in the game, but it's just kind of throwing me off guard or catching me off the loop. Or one of those things. The point is, I'm not expecting them to use super potions because you really never expect trainers in Pokemon to use any kind of item, but then there's that off chance like some of them do, but usually they don't. So it's really like, I guess, refreshing to see trainers actually use items. So far they've only been super potions, which I'm not a huge fan of because it only really stalls out the battle a little bit more longer. But still, it is cool to see trainers using items, I guess, because they make them feel more like they're real people instead of like an AI controlled thing. This one was, for once, not actually that tough. The first trainer, like the last one is ironically the first one that doesn't give us trouble. Or was that the last trainer? Because there's a young fisherman guy right here. Nothing like fishing on a river. Oh. I can think of a couple of other things that I might like to do more than rivers, but doesn't matter because this guy's name is Fisherman Rick, and that means that he's gonna have a whole bunch of Magikarps. Everybody loves this guy, right? No! No one remembers it, but actually this guy has just redeemed himself because he's got Wooper on his team. And just look at Wooper. How can you resist that cuteness? Is it even cuteness? It looks kind of derpy, but maybe the derpy cuteness. How do you resist this, really? Either way, thankfully he didn't have 4 Magikarps. I was really upset that he was gonna have 5 Magikarps, but he didn't. He actually got 2 Woopers, so Fisherman Rick, you have now redeemed yourself in my eyes. Not that my opinion really matters, but still, if you wanted to know, buddy, I think you're a great guy. I think your Woopers really bring together your team, bro. You should keep on fishing. Keep on doing it, man. In this area, it's not uncommon to see a Time Pole or Poliwag or even a Magikarp upon land. What is a Time Pole? Is that Timpole, like the 5th gen Pokemon? I didn't know they had 5th gen Pokemon in this. Whoa. Didn't notice that either, but we're gonna go. I think we're almost done with the forest. At least I'm kind of crossing my fingers. But we still don't have a fishing rod for some reason. I kind of still remember getting one. So, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Oh no, another TM. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, it's been a while since we ran into a wild Pokemon now. But then came Venipede. Still, man, that was probably like one of my records for the most steps without actually running into something. By the way, that whole time I didn't even have a repel, so pretty crazy. Now, of course, that means I jinxed it, and so a lot of Pokemon are gonna start popping up. Like this beautiful little Paris here, just coming to say hello. All these mushroom Pokemon, they've got me feeling actually kind of like eating, surprisingly. Or not surprisingly, because I'm always hungry. You guys should know this by this point. The water Pokemon here like to hop up on land. Oh. You got some of them you want to show off? Like, do you actually have Timple? What? He actually has Timple. Huh. The more you know. I've probably seen other 5th gen Pokemon in this game so far, but just didn't really give it much thought because 5th gen Pokemon are actually kind of common in most games now. I guess it's 6th gen that's not common in fan games, but 5th gen Pokemon, I totally forgot they had actual sprites. It was just that they were animated, so either way, they at least had sprites. So I don't know what I was thinking of, but still, Timple is in this game, and he's also pretty cute. He looks actually almost, he reminds me a little bit too much of Wooper in a way. Oh gosh, Palpitoad. I don't know about this one. I kind of forgot he was a Pokemon, to be honest. But thankfully he doesn't have very many ground attacks by the looks of things, because we can't really go for our Spark. That's the only bad downside to these guys. They're pretty cute and they go on land, but that means that they don't really like, they're not a big fan of electric attacks. Actually, they are big fans because they can resist them. So they don't even give a crap about your electric attacks. What the heck is down here? A mushroom, of course. How many tiny mushrooms do I have at this point, dude? It's crazy. I kind of think I'm going to come back here, though, when I have a repel. For now, I'm going to try to make it to the next city so that we can have a cool point to stop off at. And I'm kind of hoping that that next trainer we can skip across, because he looks like one of the, what's it called? The guys that, well, the first guy that we battled, the one that originally started this whole thing of tough trainers. So he's probably going to be the toughest of them all. Which means that we are going to take... What? He doesn't even want to battle! Are you kidding? I hype you up like that, man, and you don't even want to battle? How can you do me like this? For real. Now we find a revive, though, right next to the tree that literally revives your Pokemon, so I feel like you're getting baited into using that revive, because you're probably like, oh man, is the forest really not over? But it is. And so next time we will fight whoever this is. Just kidding. I was told to stay, and God, my boss thought we were being followed. Was he talking about you? Who is this?